really important.
Yeah, and if you're just joining us, I think it's just important to recap that we are talking about Escape Comics, the Alien Ship, the project Doug and I have been working on for the past 8 years. It's finally ready. This is the first time a product like this has ever been available to purchase. Starting today, it is available on Kickstarter. If you have any trouble finding the campaign, finding the link, just let us know, but should be plastered all over our social channels if we're doing our jobs correctly. There is a 24-hour offer for a $10 discount.
20% discount?
Not just
$10 US?
That's 20%. That's real money, folks. Real schmeckles. That's $10 American dollars.
We're based here in Canada, so $10 is $1 million basically up here.
That's correct. So thank you so much to everyone who's already backed. I think we've definitely blown my expectations out of the water for this morning. We're up just over $7,000, just over 88 backers to thank. We can't quite see your names right now, but
that's a super lucky number, 88.
In which culture?
Chinese, my wife's.
Shout out, wife.
Jack. No 4s yet. We went through 4s though.
Yeah, we moved through the 4s. We blasted through those. So yeah, tell your friends. This is a very unique product. Nothing like this exists. It's an escape room game that you can take home with you, and it lives inside a comic book to really pull the story together, tie the puzzles together. And if you check out the videos on our Kickstarter page, you'll see that people who are testing it really appreciate the uniqueness, the love that we've put into this over the past 8 years. We had a review done by a fellow named Josiah Matson. Journey into Darkness is the name of his blog. I think he might have liked this game better than we like it.
It was amazing talking to him. That was such a good day. These are all the videos from different reviewers. So if you scroll down, you can actually go and watch reviewers and what they think. And let's talk about the review process, because step one for us was building this game, right? And then we went to play testers and basically were told that everything was broken all the time. That's your first experience over the first few years of building a game. You're never right, or at least we felt never right. And then eventually, once we got to a point and, we started having dozens of play tests where people got through the entire game, and we're like, I kind of enjoy that experience. Our next step was to create the production run model and to get it out to reviewers. And I don't know how you felt, but myself personally, this was a big moment, because we're sending it to the Dice Tower. We're sending it to people in Europe. We're sending it to all these different people that we've watched their reviews for years and years and years. They're kind of celebrities in our world. And we just want them to like us. And you don't know what their response is going to be.
Just a couple of people pleasers when it comes to making board games.
Exactly.
We'll do anything you want, just like us.
And we have to explain when they're agreeing, first of all, to receive the game. Well, what is the game? And it's like, well, it's an escape room that's built inside a comic book. And they're like, well, how does that work? And there was some really interesting discussions, and we kind of had to relearn how to explain it so that they'd be like, okay, I guess I'll give it a shot.
These are some of the things you're going to encounter in this game. So like we said, these alien handcuffs, very trendy right now on social media. Instagram's kind of blowing up with these. You're going to find yourselves trapped in a pair of these at one point during the game, and it's going to be your job to find your way out. That's one of the challenges. You will not be able to advance in the story until you free yourself from these alien handcuffs. Other components include anatomically sized alien arm. Not a big deal.
Ooh, the solution's there.
Yeah, no spoilers. Hide your eyes.
There's puzzles on multiple sides.
There's puzzles everywhere.
The other thing about these components, like if you go and look at our Kickstarter, you'll see that there's 9 or more puzzle envelopes. Check out the stretch goals. But that doesn't just mean that there's 9 puzzles. The puzzles and the gear all ladder. The mechanics are built in such a way that they interact and then they grow. So like the big idea concept is there's not much of an instruction book. You just start reading the comic. It trains you about the world, and the puzzles get more complex. And as you collect gear and items, it allows you to start utilizing them together to solve more and more fun puzzles. And so all of these components that you see and all of the puzzles you see, there's 9 main save points, but lots of these envelopes have multiple puzzles. So there's tons of puzzles, tons of fun gaming in here.
Just want to shout out Stoyan watching on Doug's feed.
Stoyan!
I see my boy Brody, Abe, Carolyn, Lynn, all following on my Instagram feed. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Everyone just leaves as soon as you shout them out. Just
I know, it's like, oh,
paper.
they saw us, wrote, no, Stoyan's still here.
Stoyan's still here.
I met Stoyan in Costa Rica. He's an amazing, he runs a company called Wisdom.
Shout out Wisdom.
Shout out Wisdom in California. An awesome company, but more on that later.
Well, I do feel like there's some more people we should thank in addition to all the backers, everyone who's watching.
Should I go back down to our crew?
Yeah, so we talked about Sean Oliver, we talked about John Oman, some of our great writing and design team, but maybe Maria has been a huge asset to our team, fixing all of our mistakes and redoing things as we change our mind and ask her, like, actually, we want it to be blue. Oh, actually, it should be red. So shout out to Maria.
I'd love to give the myth, the legend that is Maria. So Maria has been with Jumping High Five Games since the beginning, or almost since the beginning, and we absolutely love her. She is so talented, but even more importantly, she is just a giant board gamer. She created a board game for her wedding invitations. That's how you know that you're working with the right people. And so she's helped publish over 20 games at Jumping High Five Games. And then she has been just amazing for helping us with this Kickstarter. So thank you so much, Maria. We talk about fixing our errors.
Yeah, she's a cleanup hitter.
Yeah, absolutely.
Speaking of Maria.
Where's Maria? Maria?
We've got a Mauricio to shout out.
Oh, yes, Mauricio.
It's a very international team. Maria's in Ireland, well, England now. Mauricio's down in South America. We had design help from India.
Annie. We never talked about Annie yet, our initial designer.
Annie helped us initially. Then I think he got kind of tired of us.
He didn't get tired.
That was 8 years ago, so my memory's a bit fuzzy.
So Annie is a big supporter. He was wishing us luck. He came up with a couple of designs, but we weren't moving fast enough because we hadn't even written the story yet. We were getting some concept art with Annie, and he's a big time designer. So he had all these big contracts coming in. He was really interested, really keen in our project. But then we met Sean, and writing this story with Sean took like a year sideways road trip, and so he had to move on to other projects. But he's always been a big supporter right from the beginning. Yeah, he didn't have patience to stay with us over 8 years, but Annie is amazing designer.
Quitter.
But
But Mauricio stayed with us, got us the whole comic book pretty much designed. And as we've kind of hinted at, it's a tricky comic book. It's not just art. The art has to line up with the components, with the puzzles. So it's like you can see him artistically no, this is going to look better. It's like, oh, actually, we need that blue thing to be over here so that it fits the puzzle. And it took a little bit of a time for us to get on the same page and go back and forth with his vision, our vision. But
we went through so many designers to try to find the style that we want, and absolutely fell in love with Mauricio and the way that he took our concept and our story and our pencils. Some fun stories about Mauricio. So Mauricio is based down in Ecuador. For part of this journey, he lived on the Amazon River. He ended up moving to Chile partway through our contract. And we're talking about in villages, 2 or 3 hours outside of any main town. So whenever we paid him an incremental payment, we had to make sure that the payment was in because he had a 2.5 hour drive into town and a 2.5 hour drive out of town. And if there was any ever mistakes, because we had to pay him in interesting ways. We couldn't just send him a credit card payment or anything like that. We had to send him. What was that? Do you remember how we were paying him?
Was WeTransfer?
No, it wasn't WeTransfer. No.
It wasn't Wise.
No, it was some it's that TransferWise. Yes, I think it's the money. It was one of the most popular ways to sell it. I send money to the Philippines.
Yeah.
We had never utilized it before, but
what is that called?
I think it's TransferWise.
I think that's wrong.
TransferWise is what we used to hire the world. Actually, you're probably right. Anyways, he had to have the correct ID. He gave us his last and first name, but not his middle name the first time. So we drove all the way into the town. Couldn't get it because it didn't match his ID. We had to cancel that payment, reset the payment. He had to send another journey to go in. Sometimes when we had really big parts of the files, he couldn't send the files from his home. He'd have to drive into town, sit in an internet cafe that had a better internet, send us all the files. So you can imagine the back and forth.
Western Union?
Western Union is how we sent the money. We do not accept Western Union today, but we do accept credit.
That's all I got.
Well,
Sorry to break your flow.
anyways, thank you to Mauricio. What a talent. And Mauricio was the first designer that didn't understand our puzzles and tried to start designing. And after, I think, the first month, he finally realized that he needed to go understand the concept of our puzzles, because it was going to make it faster in the long run. He started just designing. We loved the designs, but like we kept coming back to places where like the puzzles had to integrate. And that was a learning journey for all sides.
Yeah. And if you're just joining us, we are here launching Escape Comics Alien Ship, the project Doug and I have been working on for 8 years. 8 years of hard work, lots of money gone into this. It is an extremely unique board game, escape room, comic book experience. There is nothing else like it on the market. It is available to purchase for the very first time today on Kickstarter. You can find the link in our socials. And if you, for some reason, cannot, send us a message. We'll be happy to hook you up. There is a discount link available for the first 24 hours. And that's because Kickstarter gives us a big boost if we see activity on our campaign in the first 24 hours. There may be a link waiting for you in your inbox. Check your promotional tab, your spam folder. Beautiful emails tragically go there to die all the time.
The aliens interrupt your transmission.
Aliens are...
We got to beat those aliens,
They're
guys. It's
watching.
Earth. We need to come together and
We
get
need-
around those spam bots.
We need you to save Earth with us.
Mhm.
This game is like many other escape room experiences where you play it once, it'll be amazing. You probably won't play it twice, but we've made this repackable. None of the components are damaged or destroyed. So if you, well, we know you'll have a great time. After you're done having a great time, you're able to send this off to a friend of yours so they can also really enjoy the experience. We're going through thank yous. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for backing. We've talked about some of our artists, our writers.
I checked out our number of backers. It has gone up since we looked back there last time.
Drum roll, what are we at, Doug?
Last time I looked, it was 91 backers. Is that 92 backers every
Whoa.
time? That's incredible.
Plus
92 backers for a total of almost $7,500. We're $9 away from $7,500. That's 75% of the way to get funded, which is $10,000. That means the game will actually absolutely get sent out. We're hoping to blast way past that today now. Now that we've gone through the first 3 hours of today or 4 hours of today, again, it was so interesting pressing that launch button this morning. We've been looking at this campaign for 8 years, but then on the Kickstarter platform, we've been on there for about 4 or 5 years, building the pages and working with the reviewers and everything. And that launch button was there every day we logged in. And today we actually got to push it. So what an incredible start to the morning. And thank you, as Evan's saying, thank you to everybody that supported us early. It means so much to us. It helps us so much and get, this kind of new experience, this kind of game that's never really existed in the marketplace before. The game that we've always wanted to play. And now it looks like, I don't want to get too ahead of us, but it looks like that we're going to be able to bring it to market because of your support. So thank you so much.
We took a break between our East Coast morning broadcast and the West Coast broadcast. Take a look at the names of people backing us. And it was wild to see that most of the people we didn't recognize.
We have no idea. We haven't met them before.
Most of our friends still sleeping, getting their kids off to school. And so we're looking forward to our friends to get on here and help us back this project.
They're going to. It's no problem.
But if you have backed the project, you don't know who the heck we are, please feel free to connect, reach out. We'd love to get to know you, answer any questions you have, share more stories about the adventure of making this game, help you understand what you can expect to receive when the box does reach you. So again, thanks to everyone following us on the email list. And
during our break, I saw that a whole bunch of our backers actually went and shared our project afterwards, and that's a big part, is building the launch crew. So even if you aren't able to support this at the time, just being here on the feed or taking our Kickstarter link and sharing it on your socials with maybe some people that love escape rooms or love board games. A big part of this is just getting the message out there. We really just want to reach, people like us that would really appreciate this kind of experience.
And if you know any celebrities like Neil Patrick Harris, give us a ring. We'd love to connect with him and other celebrities who love these types of games.
We've definitely played Neil Patrick Harris's game. We've supported him.
Yeah.
Time for Neil Patrick Harris to come and support us.
Yeah, exactly. What's the guy doing? What's that guy doing?
Are we still thinking? Should we get through the rest of this team?
Let's take a look at the rest of the team.
Oh, it's so many scrolling. So you can see all these reviewers and testimonials. Please take time to check it out. There's great videos down here if you need more information. So we got to Mauricio. We still have Shannon. We should talk about Ori and George. Tris for sure. Martin was one of our first helpers. And then Mark doing his reviews on the Dice Tower, and then actually helping us with some extra photography, which is great too. He went and gave us our last review. We didn't even ask for a review from him for not the review, but the testimonial. Sorry. And it was such a kind testimonial, and he's been such a great supporter since going through and playing our game. It's been
Pretty sure we asked him for a review.
Yeah, we got a review. We paid for the review.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but that he went above and beyond. He just absolutely fell in love with the game, and Mark's one of my celebrity crushes from watching him on his Dice Tower videos. So like even just I remember getting like that fluttery feeling when we were first met for the first time, and I was like, am I talking to Mark Street right now from the Dice Tower? Right? Am I talking to him right now? And he's like, yeah.
Starstruck.
Yeah, and it's interesting because that relationship starts with being like, what the heck is this? To the end of our relationship, not the end, the beginning of our relationship.
It's over.
Where he understood what the game was, and like you can read his testimony, he thought it was just something special that was, and that review was special to me. Like it was just like, man.
Speaking of reviews, Marco had joined, one of our very first reviewer.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Marco. Thanks for joining. Sloth. Is it review? It's not Sloth Reviews. It's something like Sloth.
Oh my goodness.
Oh
we gotta get it right. We gotta spread it out.
I
for
think
him.
the answer's right here.
He was at my house. I went and dropped
Sloth Game Refresher.
Yeah, Sloth Game Refresher. You can see the review on our Kickstarter page. Please go and support him. He's supporting our community. And he gave really great feedback. He came in and gave me like a 45-minute review at my house when he was dropping off, when he gave the game back. So yeah, big shout out to him.
Getting towards the hour mark, which is kind of our target for this broadcast. So just want to reiterate, today is your best chance to get bang for your buck. We have a 24-hour discount code available for anybody backing on day number 1 of the campaign. As we said, any backers that help us on day 1 really help promote us across the Kickstarter algorithm. Kickstarter is looking for popular campaigns to blast out. So really appreciate your support there. If you have any trouble finding the campaign or the codes, send us a DM very simply. You might also already have it in your email, sometimes hiding on the promotions tab or in the spam folder. And yeah, thank you so much again to everyone who's already backed. We have friends in Europe. We have friends on the East Coast. Our friends on the West Coast are just probably getting to work where they can finally like kick back and put on the Instagram channel and catch up on what's been happening. So they've probably been busy getting their kids off to school this morning.
Yeah, and if you have any questions, like we noticed this after the first East Coast broadcast this morning, we had so many comments and questions. We will answer them this entire campaign as fast as we can. So if you have any questions, please reach out to us. If you have any ideas, if there's any reviewers out there and you still want to get a chance to check out this game, the campaign, it is most important to back it in the first 24 hours, but we are launching for 30 days. And so we do have a couple more copies coming available for reviews in both Europe and in North America. So please reach out to us. We would love to. We won't stop talking about our game if you're interested. So, and then that's true for the community as well. Like we built this game over the last 8 years. We learned so much. A lot of our Reddit posts, thank you so much for the support on Reddit and the other platforms, were about giving information about our journey. And so as we get going throughout this campaign, if you need help with your campaign, please feel free to reach out. We'd love to support you as well.
Yeah, maybe you get this game, you play through, you're like, wow, this is so good. I'm going to make one myself.
Mm-hmm.
Let us know. We'd be happy to share tips and tricks, coach you along the way. We would love to see more games like these. It'd be even better if we didn't know the details of this game
we gotta
so
play it,
intimately. Because we've seen this, played this 1,000 times, and we know it too well at this point. But it'd be really cool to see more games like these coming online in the marketplace. So if you ever have any aspirations yourself, come drop us a line.
Yeah. What are you thinking? Do you think you want to do some more, or do you think we take a little bit of break, answer all the comments and feedback, and thank everybody, and then try to move on to the next step of our planned campaign for today for launch day?
Yeah, it's feeling like it might be about time to wrap it up and just give one last shout of thank yous to everyone who's back, everyone who's watching. Thank you so much for spending your time with us.
We're at 94 backers. We're almost at 100 backers, which is
100
insane.
backers would be sick on day 1. So
Day 1.
tell your friends, reshare. If you need any assets, let us know. We'll share the photos with you so you can tell your friends, put it on all your channels. That's always a huge boost for us. But yeah, I guess we'll have to decide. Are we going to come back online later today?
Well, I think
We'll see.
if we get to $10,000 today, that's funded. I think we need to come back. And then we have to start talking about stretch goals. There's actually more that we can, if we get this out to friends.
There's more?
There's more.
But wait.
There's more.
There's more.
You can get, if you go and look at stretch goals, if you're new to Kickstarter, stretch goals just mean as you get to certain amounts of funding, we share, if we can sell more copies, the cost for manufacturing it actually comes down. And so that we want to invest back into the community. There's some really, really strong stretch goals. And so as we start getting up, I think our first stretch goal is at $15,000, which I can't believe I'm talking about because like getting to $10,000 is a huge accomplishment. But then there's puzzle upgrades, there's reward updates. You actually get upgrades. You actually receive real physical tiered rewards for playing this game as long as you get a pretty good score. So lots of exciting things to discuss. So we're definitely probably coming back.
Okay, so there you have it. Definitely, probably
coming back.
So thank you so much for spending your morning with us. Looking forward to keeping you updated as the campaign rolls along. And again, if you have any questions, comments, feedback, we love it all. So send it our way and tell your friends. This is the escape room event of the year.
Brett Hannigan is watching. Welcome, Brett Hannigan.
Let's go, Brett.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for your support. Super appreciate it. Jumping high five.
Seated high five.
Seated high five to everybody out there. Thank you for your early support. And we'll start answering all your messages right now.
All right.
All right. I'll go shut down the
Godspeed.
Godspeed.